sharing by our Mr. Charles later. Charles, are you okay?
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, yes, I do. You just need
You
to
do,
enlarge
huh?
it. Yeah. You
Okay,
need to enlarge it. Are you
okay.
able to enlarge it?
Yes, can you see my screen?
Yes, I do. All right.
Okay, thank you, Rin.
I pass it through to you, yeah?
Yes, good evening, everyone. Thank you for providing me this opportunity to speak to everyone. Um, I'm glad to be sharing you again, especially after the long holiday. Also, knowing tonight some of you joining from all over the place. I see friends from my backyard, Kota Kinabalu, all those from KL and Penang, maybe some anyone from out of Malaysia. If you are together with us today, great to have you here. It's my pleasure to share with you my experience. I'm sure you all are very excited knowing that this coming 13 March is the 5th anniversary of GIC, Global Investment Club from MCM. And in fact, MCM have lined up events and also speakers for the benefit of all of us. So stay tuned. You may find something that you're interested in. And definitely, this is an opportunity because you don't to get to do this all the time. So coming back to tonight's presentation, why don't you invest? Well, this is my personal story, more or less, and it's my personal view. So by no means is it an advice. So you should do your research if you want to start investing. So it's not easy when you have to speak through Zoom, but becoming a norm now, especially when you don't see your audience, only the screen. So I hope you bear with me. We hope we go through this enjoying what I have to share tonight. So coming back to the topic again, like according to Warren Buffett, the richest man, one of the richest men in the world, an investment wizard. So if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. So that's what he says. Very, it's something to think about deeply. Well, in other words, if you look at it, the question is, am I working hard for my money? Am I working hard for money, looking for money, or whether money is not only working for me, but rather my money is working harder for me? So this is the question. So among the question that we always ask, you may also be in this situation whereby you may already invested in a few classes of investment, property, stocks, and whatnot. In fact, today getting started investment is relatively easy, but especially today it can be confusing. Why? There's so many choices. You know, it's so easy to be involved in investing to that extent that even there's so many news. In fact, we heard that like Bitcoin itself is also investment, and it hit 50,000 in just a few months. And during the pandemic, how we find the stock market dipped, and a lot of people panic, including myself, sold, and then to find only the market rebounded and closing the gap. Okay, and then the prices actually went down. Many also took advantage, bought it cheap, and now very, very happy. Some already cashing out, some probably still holding. While those in Forex, happy when gold went up and then down again. And what's next? So I see maybe some of you have already taken advantage of this, and I see some smiling faces. Hopefully, some smiling faces, and maybe making a lot of money, and mostly us probably looking good. And I hope no one is sad tonight. Yeah. So um, some of you may have invested, like I said earlier on, in stock, property, startup, unit trust, insurance, holding at least one or even many. Some more adventurous probably not only invested in Malaysia, but also now in a few other countries. Some people go into investment would be very great if they would have somebody to check on their investment, do the due diligence before the investment, so at least be able to reduce the risk. And who have lost money before? For me, I have lost money before. I hope you have not, and you have gone in with wisdom. But then again, I came in with a lot of enthusiasm, and some of my venture lost money. Now, having gone through all those experiences, including the losses, what do you think and what do you find is the best investment? So maybe you can respond in the chat. What do you think and what do you find is the best investment? Well, I wish I was also lucky like everyone because I say last time that experience is the best investment. Well, others say that learning from others people's mistake is the best investment. This is most likely summed up by Benjamin Franklin. He said, "An investment in knowledge pays the best, the best interest." So how costly my mistakes was, I wish I have followed this advice. But then again, investment is a journey, and I hope tonight will be a journey for you as well as for me. Now, very important about knowledge is even before the pandemic, statistics have shown us that 70% of those withdrawing EPF, get to spend it within a few years. Yeah? And not only that, during the pandemic, with all the challenges, we now have only reduced statutory contribution rate from 11 to 7%. So there's less for retirement in the future. And in fact, we know that a lot of us, half the population in Malaysia, wouldn't be able to come up with 1,000 emergency fund when they're required to. So other than that, those with the ICNR scheme right now, we know that for those having less than 100,000 can withdraw up to 10,000. Okay, what all this means is that we are going to have less for our retirement, and then our retirement is going to be long. And will we have enough? So that is where not only saving but investment becomes very important. The knowledge of investment is very important. So today we are looking at, we need to have the financial literacy, especially for Malaysian, especially those who are young, even for us, to have the right knowledge so we can actually make sure that we can make money work harder for us. So it's a simple knowledge that saving for ₦1,000,000 actually towards retirement means if you start early, it'll be easier for you. If you start late, by 45, you need 4 times what you save when you are age 25. 25, you only need 1,004. By the time you're age 45, you need at least 6,000 a month. So that at retirement age, you're going to get ₦1,000,000 for your retirement. So knowing and doing are two different things for me. Thanks to Robert Kiyosaki, his Rich Dad book helped to change my financial views and habits, and a lot of people. It re-emphasized what Warren Buffett, don't just get paid through your limiting work time effort, but also through money working harder for you. In other words, it's time that it's definitely is the right time for us to become and to learn about how to invest. Of course, it can be easier if we have the knowledge and guidance. Investors, psychology, everyone wants to become an investor, but most are scared to invest. Why? Because so many things, among others, because of scams, money game, unregulated investment, and too many agents only care for themselves rather than our investors' interests. And when something bad happens, investors don't know how to look and actually how to take action. Thanks to Max, our friend Max, he observed, understood, studied, and practiced, has the academic and ground experience as well. Today, shared and guided many to become better in finance and also investment. One of the person that helped a lot in investing, have the confidence and decisiveness and the courage is myself. So thanks again, Max. Here is Max with the late Kofi Annan, also a promoter of the power of knowledge. With knowledge, we have the power. Okay. So coming back to MCM, MCM is exactly that. Yeah, it's to promote knowledge and know-how with opportunity. Come the birth of MCM. Both its vision and mission capture that intention. Vision, your reliable global investment education platform, and mission, everybody can invest globally. Okay, and through its strategies of BILC, cash flow, capital growth, and a bit of both, and bringing like-minded investor binded by values of trust and integrity. So it's like a big family. We come together so that we learn that when we come to investing, it must be investing with strategy so that we don't plan to fail. Because when we fail to plan, definitely we plan to fail. So um, with GIC, it brings forth scrutiny of due diligence. Before we start investing, then we have already asked the right question. Who is the person trustworthy in the company? What business model brings in income? Where is the business operating? And when can I get back my money? How do I exit? And how is capital injected into the business? So these questions are earlier asked so that we reduce the possibility of failure. Well, MCM started in 2012. In 2016, 5 years ago, almost 5 years ago, GIC was started, the launch global investment community. And down memory lane, GIC has a memorable introduction to more than 60 media covering. So 60 media covering. It was a grand occasion. In fact, it was officiated and by the Honorary Her Royal Highness of Selangor. And then today, actually, GIC launched on the 15th March, just a few days more to go for the 5th anniversary, provides an education environment for us to become at least some knowledge to make best investment decision. Today, we are like a family. Any projects that we bring into to our investors and also to the GIC members are supported by board of conveners, expert in their relative fields, either education, finance, property, cooperative, what name you call it, crowdfunding, legal tax, background local professionals, even from overseas, and GIC is supported by the MCM ecosystem, feeding us projects after projects, education, promotion, new generation of education academy, including online through You Learn Money, funding support through cooperatives and also ECF crowdfunding like Crowd Plus and Atta Plus, online in-house high net worth project products. We can support it through our online marketplace like BeSpotter, and continuous supply of, like I said earlier on, proven projects lined up by PMC project management. So in fact, GIC overcame the pandemic travel restriction. We engaged, connected to more people during the lockdown. In fact, we not only did more Zoom meeting, reached more than 30,000 views, and I have to admit that these are all slides. I have lost count, actually. So many changes and so many. We used to have only like once a month in Kota Kinabalu. Today, I see everybody almost 3 times a week. So you can imagine how many views and engagement that we have managed to get. So through GIC, we learn further the importance and apply portfolio management, mitigating risk through diversifying risks and to suit the different financial capacity goals and different personal appetite. And of course, reasonable and also handsome ROI. This actually through tested strategy in property. A lot of millionaires become millionaires because of property. We have the property investment life cycle, which we know today is Edison Award 2020 nominee, and we go through the stages from land acquisition, construction, management, renovation, refurbishment, redevelopment. So the whole works. So there are a lot of projects and opportunities in this area. So, and also these are our projects, both locally and also overseas, all the way here in Perak and also all the way to New Zealand. We have projects. And also we have the BILC, Business Investment Life Cycle, which for me allows me to understand, how Bill Gates becomes super rich, not only through Microsoft alone, but through startup and also private equity managed through his investment arm, Cascade, i.e. putting his money works harder for him. That's what we want. And then, why ex-World Bank and Federal Reserve Chairman Powell become super successful, very, very rich through what we learned in BILC. No? And the same strategy by SoftBank, who initially invested around 20 million in Alibaba, today worth at its peak more than USD 150 billion. So these are the things that they're looking at through joining GIC. And all this being revealed as opportunity when we joined as a member, and when I joined as a member in GIC. So these are BILC, starting from startup, growth company, expansion, and mature. Now, all this information will be available. You stay on, available to you through our websites and also through the social media. Become a GIC member and you get hold of this, and you can learn this at your own pace through the videos and also through our courses. Now, okay, so these are all our business investment life cycle projects. Okay, and you can see that these many benefits of GIC, where you get to learn, apply benefit both in knowledge, know-how, and also, like I said earlier on, handsome ROI. And through GIC, one have better confidence of upgrading to having the traits of successful investor. Benefit of GIC, among others, is we get to understand what PILC and BILC strategy is all about. We get priority passes for various internal, external events. We stay ahead of global real estate market outlook and current on international legal and tax-related matters. Complementary access to diverse knowledge sharing session connected to global network, and learn from our board of experts, conveners, and partners, and get exclusive projects reserved only for us. Okay, and along the way we learn the successful traits of investors, the 7 traits. You know, like do not invest with emotion, be positive, do your homework, do due diligence, manage your investment portfolio, understand what you invest in, and be responsible. Not to gamble, not to speculate, willing to take calculated risks, and prepare for the worst. You know, don't blame anyone. Okay. Now, we are in Telegram, we are in all the social media. Now, it's very much easier to get hold of all this because you can also download our MCM app, and all those information will be available to you. Now, whether you are young, mature, old, retired, early or late successful, and still in work in progress towards becoming successful, you know, my wish is that you experience GIC as how I have benefited. You know, as I sign off tonight, you know, this very short introduction to GIC and why not we invest. Thanks for staying on as I breeze through my candid experience as a GIC member. But do meet up with the person who invited you, you know, discuss with him. You never know, great things ahead. You know, for I bid you the best of luck and hoping to see you again and leaving you with this investment philosophy. Good times, bad times. People still make money. Why not me? Before invest, do all due diligence. After invest, prepare to lose all. So never be greedy. So I'm Charles Gimbad signing off from Kota Kinabalu. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay happy. Thank you. Thank you.